Yo guys, Jonathan here, and today, against my better judgment, I'm addressing the iPhone XS problems. Cue the facepalm for that thumbnail. Now I know it's a little bit of a long shot, but the one thing I ask is please watch and listen to this video thoroughly before you smash your keyboard. If you caught my XS Max review, I try to be as objective as possible and point out the good and also the things that frustrated me. Specifically, the fact that it's 2018 and Apple does not include a fast charging solution in the box with the prices they are charging for these iPhones. Like, that's not okay. Of course, from there, naturally, I got those lovely comments saying, Jonathan, what are you, some paid Apple fanboy, you shill? Why aren't you covering Beautygate, ChargeGate, AutoCorrectGate? And the thing is, that review is based off my personal experience. I did not personally experience any charging problems. With that said though, I want to make it super clear that just because I didn't personally experience that doesn't mean the problem doesn't exist, and more importantly, doesn't mean Apple should be excused. Marquez did a fantastic job of explaining the whole gate situation, and the big number that stood out to me was last year Apple shipped over 200 million plus iPhones, and if there was a problem with just 0.01% of those, that equated to 21,000 plus iPhones. That is a lot of upset people out there. Now the crazier thing about all that is the ChargeGate issue was actually a security bug with how the iPhone protects that lightning port, and Apple addressed that and fixed that in the iOS 12.1 beta. Now hold your pants, Jimmy, because I know you're foaming at the mouth waiting to say, Jonathan, that's BS. The average user shouldn't have to install a beta to charge their phone. Betas aren't stable, it's not the average thing to do, and I completely agree with you. Honestly, it's very similar to a problem I had last year with the Google Pixel 2. Portrait mode was non-existent, like it just wasn't on the phone at all. And the funny thing is I essentially got yell replied at saying, what are you, stupid? Just sideload the app, idiot. Clear your cache, reset the preferences, reset the phone 3 times, and then count back from 17, and it's gonna be okay. Stop being a moron. And the thing is just like I don't think the average person should do that. Like, imagine explaining to your grandmother, oh, just sideload the app. That's not gonna happen. And for you saying, grandmas aren't gonna rock a Pixel 2, you, sir, are a liar. I know plenty of grandmas who rock a Pixel 2. It's a great phone. Point is, bugs happen. It's not just Apple, it's Google, it's Samsung, it is most companies out there. I mean, hell, Tesla has had some crazy bugs recently where people are driving and the software is restarting as they're driving on the freeway. That is scary as hell. That is an $85,000 piece of tech that could potentially endanger someone's life. Like, to me, it's a little bit bigger of a deal. The thing is though, Tesla problems don't get as much clicks as iPhone problems. From there, we're gonna go ahead and talk about Beautygate, which actually isn't a thing. Calm down, buddy, because I know you're yelling at me right now saying, you Apple fanboy, you paid asshole. Beautygate is a thing. I got a secret for you. You're probably gonna get mad, but earlier today on Twitter and Instagram, I posted this lovely Pixel 2 portrait selfie, and it got an outroar of compliments. Could easily get mistaken for a DSLR. Still the daddy in the camera department, looking crispy. No wonder there's no makeup effect. It managed to include the bumps at the edges of your face caused by the facial hair. Impressive. Best portrait mode yet. So good. Hashtag no Beautygate. From there, I posted a second picture and got the same reaction. It's better that it's not using some crazy high shutter speed mixed with noise reduction, creating that plastic look to people's faces. Best camera till Pixel 3 arrives. If you say no, you are literally a fanboy. Bro, that was taken on the iPhone XS Max. So I just wanted that to be a little bit of a lesson out there. Don't let a preconceived notion or headline skew your judgment, because clearly everyone who thought that that was a Pixel automatically assumed that it was much better than the iPhone, when in fact, that was the same iPhone XS Max that apparently had all the Beautygate problems. With that said though, there is something happening with the front-facing camera on the iPhone XS, but it's not beauty mode, it's not isolating the skin, it's actually noise reduction on the entire image. If you haven't yet, my guy Rene Ritchie, who's an amazingly smart guy, did a fantastic breakdown and explanation of what exactly is happening with the front-facing camera. Way more in depth, so if you got a minute, it's a really great watch. I'll link it down below or up here. But essentially what's happening here is the front-facing camera is taking multiple shots at multiple exposures enclosures and then stitching those together. And the aftermath of that is you're going to have to apply noise reduction, which creates a smoothing effect over the entire image, not just isolating skin tones. If you actually watch Marquez's video, every example of a front-facing shot that he used, if you notice, the background on every single one of those isn't blown out or overexposed. So it's a bit of a trade-off. For the most part, in every single shot, you're getting way better dynamic range. No blown out backgrounds, no overexposed images, but in certain cases where it struggles with light, yeah, it's going to really aggressively pull down that noise reduction, and that's where you get that skin smoothing effect. So the bad news is, yeah, because it's not beauty mode or something you can turn off, it is stuck there. But the good news is that it's software based. And if we've learned anything this year, it's that Apple is listening. So I wouldn't be surprised if we saw that just pulled down a little bit in one of the future iOS 12 updates. So that is my take. Problems suck. Bugs suck. You should not have to deal with them. Companies should be held responsible. This is not a giant pass for me for Apple. I have plenty of things from them that frustrate me. I've addressed that. I voiced that. If you don't like the iPhone, don't buy it. In fact, check out the LG V40 ThinQ, which a lot of people don't seem to care about, but it's actually a pretty awesome device. Or maybe you want some positivity in your life. We talked about the Apple Watch and how Mr. Gregory McFadden lost 100 pounds. So check those out, and I'll catch you guys later.